Hey everyone, welcome back to 99.6 The Howl, episode 26. I wonder what the return on Michael Stone will be. Maybe a first round pick? For the uninitiated, this is an unedited YouTube vlog discussing everything Arizona Coyotes. And the Coyotes come off a 2-game losing streak against the top two dynasties in the past 5, 6 years, 7 years. Chicago Blackhawks and LA Kings. Both games have similar narratives. Coyotes play terrible for one period and just lose the game. Let's talk about the LA game first. I don't think Drew Doughty gets off the ice at all. This guy's always on, always yelling for the puck. Reminds me of Burns so much, or at least he tries to be like Burns. Fortunately, Burns is producing so much more than Doughty this season. So against LA, Budai's in net. Coyotes are battling back and forth with LA for the first period, second period, too. I mean, it's a 2-2 game, and the third period comes, and LA just hems them in their zone for the whole period. I mean, you got Carter, Kopitar, Doughty just playing around with the Coyotes, cycling the puck so well. And Nolan, fuck, I hate Nolan. He's got one of those faces you just want to punch, and he scores against the Coyotes. It's a sour game. LA scores with like a minute left in that game. They win 3-2. You hope Coyotes go into overtime, get that point, maybe win the game in a shootout, but it just didn't happen. Then last night against Chicago, from the depths of the heavens, I was going to say hell, Max Domi back in the lineup. I didn't even know he was going to play last night. I heard rumors he was practicing with the team on Twitter, game time decision. I'm like, no way they're going to rush Domi. He was expected next week at the earliest. But sure enough, he's in the lineup. I don't like the line Tippett put him on with Burmistrov and McGinn. I feel like Burmistrov and Domi are similar players. They both want to hold on to the puck. And with them both on the same line, that doesn't work. I like to see him play with Hansel and Verbata. Hansel will in front of the net. Domi carries the puck, finds Verbata for a nice shot. Hansel tips it in. That's a perfect scenario. Maybe Domi, Dvorak, Perlini might work. I mean, Dvorak and Perlini had an amazing game last night against Chicago. 2 points each, a goal each, an assist each. I mean, Dvorak, Perlini, and Doan is a line that's been stuck together for a couple weeks now, and they produce almost every game. They're always forechecking hard. They have a lot of offensive time zone in the opponent's end compared to the other lines. So against Chicago, they go down 3-0 in the first period. It's a bloodbath like it always is when Chicago comes to the Coyotes home arena. Blackhawks fans in attendance everywhere. They're chanting. Go Hawks go. It's an electric crowd, and the Coyotes seem nervous, embarrassed. Defensive coverage was brutal. The Blackhawks just overpowering the Coyotes. You got Kane, Hossa, Taves, Panarin, Keith. I mean, so much skill. Even on that Panarin goal, he's at the top of the circles, fading away, just takes a nice snapshot and just roofs it past Smith. I mean, that's the type of talent the Coyotes need, the confidence the Coyotes need. And the future hopefully brings it. Coyotes go down 4-1, where they battle back. Like I said, Dvorak and Perlini get goals, but they can't push it to overtime or a shootout. Their power play needs so much work. They had a 5-on-3, which they scored on, but they had other opportunities to get this game tied up, get back in the game earlier than they did. They just couldn't muster a goal on the power play besides that OEL goal on the 5-on-3. Blackhawks had like 3 or 4 delay of game penalties. I've never seen that before. That's fortunate for the Coyotes, but that says something when most of the Coyotes power play was coming off delay of game penalties, where most of Blackhawks power plays were coming off the Coyotes trying to defend their cycle, hooking and slashing and high sticking the Blackhawks players. Just Blackhawks had so much pressure than the Coyotes in their own end. Coyotes never seemed to stay in the Blackhawks end for too long. Even the goals the Coyotes scored were broken plays. Doan takes a shot from the point. Dvorak tips it in. Perlini's goal off the wall. I mean, squeaks through Crawford. So Coyotes offense should have been better. Max Domi, I mean, he didn't play great. He wasn't back to his form, obviously. Coming back from a 3 month injury. It's going to take some time. But hopefully some lineup shake. Hopefully the lineup gets shaken up. I could see Juris or Holland hitting the waiver wire to make room for Domi permanently. Maybe Duclair comes up after this back-to-back games for Tucson Friday and Saturday night. Maybe Duclair comes back to Coyotes next week. Who knows? He's still struggling down there. They actually haven't won since Duclair was down there. Still looking for their first win with Duclair in the lineup. So, I mean, those are two dominant teams the Coyotes facing. They got San Jose Saturday night. They got Pittsburgh, Montreal. They're facing teams atop of their divisions, and the Coyotes got to come out to play. They can't waver like they did in the first period against Chicago. They got to come out hard, work hard for the full 60. Top line players need to put pucks in the net. Defense needs to be better. I think Chikrin and Murphy had a pretty miserable game, but OEL played pretty good against the top line of the Chicago Blackhawks. So we'll see. I mean, they could easily get blown out the next 3 games, but for me, I want to see them compete against these top teams and show the top teams that it's not going to be an easy game when they play the Coyotes. They're going to work hard and make the other teams earn those wins and not just turtle away and get blown out like Colorado's doing. It seems like every game Colorado plays, they're losing 5-1, 5-0, 4-1. At least the Coyotes are keeping it close, 1-goal games once again. Just wish they get those points in overtime. If they just put in a little more effort in the full 60, they could get some points, play some overtime hockey, and make these games interesting. So that's it for me. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your support.